way, but Pep and City would...
But have you done it in typical Manchester City style?
Yeah, thank you very much. It was an unbelievable game. I don't know what to say, to be honest. I don't even know what the Liverpool score was at the end. But yeah, obviously, it's been fantastic. The last 15-20 minutes, scoring 3 goals. It's unbelievable.
Liverpool won 3-1. Just how nerve-wracking was that for you and the City players today? 2-0 down.
Honestly, I think we are all human beings, and obviously after going 2-0 down, the chances were just very, very small, and obviously we knew that on the pitch. But I think we had to do the simple things again in the best possible way, and obviously scoring the 2 goals in just, I don't know, 3 minutes or 4 minutes, and then having 10 minutes to score a third one gave us the right lift, and scoring the third and then finishing in that style, keeping the ball in that corner, I think was very smart, very mature, and we are proud of ourselves today.
Just how nerve-wracking was it? You're 2-0 down, you're thinking Liverpool are bound to win, and you can almost feel the title slipping away. The tension in the ground was unbelievable. Did you feel it?
Yeah, of course. I mean, probably it was more a negative tension than a positive one, especially after being 2-0 down. So but still, it was about getting that goal, and then we knew once the momentum is on our side that we are able to score even 3 goals in just a few minutes, and that's exactly what we did. And I think as football fans and we players, we are also fans at the end of the day. These are the days that you look back to, and it was an unbelievable one.
What has it been like? It's almost impossible to take it in so quickly, but you've slugged it out with Liverpool right to the very death of the season. It's an incredible competition between the pair of you.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's maybe tough to say, but if Liverpool would not be there and would not play the way they are playing, an incredible football and very successful, I don't think that this league could have been that attractive. So even though, again, they finished just 1 point, I think, behind us, I think they played an incredible season, and I think we pushed each other again to the limits. And even though it's a sad day for them today, I think you need to appreciate what they've done, and especially my former coach, I mean, which I still like a lot. Congratulations to them as well, and we are looking forward to compete again with them next season.
How much are you also looking forward to going and getting that trophy now in front of your own fans?
Yeah, looking very much forward to it. Obviously, I think it's the 4th now in 5 years for us, for myself. It's always a huge moment, an incredible achievement. To do it that way, and obviously it's more about the togetherness within the team, with the people who are in the stadium today, with our families, our friends, and that's what we appreciate the most.
Ilkay, 2 goals and you're a Premier League winner yet again. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
They all mean as well. Arsenal are putting 5 past Everton. Everton, of course, were already safe, and Arsenal expected Tottenham to do the job, which they duly did. But in West London, a highly significant win for Leeds United. Remember, they'd taken just 2 points from the previous 15. They got 3 at Brentford, who ended with 10 men, and Leeds United are safe. West Ham still cannot beat Brighton in the Premier League, and as a result, could not get in the Europa League. Burnley had their destiny in their own hands, but they lost 2-1 as Leeds won 2-1. Newcastle ending the season with a victory. Burnley relegated after 6 seasons in the Premier League. Chelsea winning their final home game. Roy Hodgson bowing out with a 2-1 defeat as Watford manager Ralph Rangnick too in charge of Manchester United, who were watched by Everton under Jesse Marsch, who replaced Marcelo Bielsa, win on the final day and ensure that they will have a 3rd consecutive season in the Premier League. Everton finished above them. Steven Gerrard's Aston Villa 14th in the end, and Newcastle on 49 points. Who would have predicted that when Eddie Howe took that job? So Wolves beaten at Anfield slipped to 10th. Brighton, who beat West Ham, 9th. That's their very first top half finish ever in top flight history. Leicester 8th. West Ham will be in the Conference League next season. Manchester United and Arsenal in the Europa League. Spurs are back at the European big table with fourth place finish to join Chelsea and Liverpool and Manchester City in the Champions League. And City, again, getting it over the line by 1 point against Liverpool. They didn't do it the easy way, though. Good. And that was typical of City, the way that day in that script went, wasn't it? They don't do anything the easy way, Nigel.
No, we like to do things the hard way, not the easy way, and especially when it comes down to the final day of the season. I mean, what a win was it? I said it before. It really gave me the goosebumps of what I had in 2012, 10 years later. So I just think it was meant to be. We had to go down the final day like that. Apart from that, they were quite flat. I have to say, the way how City plays from the first half on to the last 15 minutes of the game, they were quite flat. Never really came into their motion, really came into their game. And Villa just created the chances, and they took the chances as well. So it never looked that we were winning the game, but 15 minutes on, never write City off.
What were you thinking at 2-0 Villa? Steven Gerrard's immortal status was going through the roof at Anfield.
Yeah, and I must admit, I was watching Manchester City, and when you get a sense that something happened, that you feel a bit of momentum building, I was not getting that at all. I was thinking Villa are containing them. It's only when Gündogan came on, and as soon as they scored the first one, that was it. Confidence comes flooding back, the belief around the stadium, and then all of a sudden, before you can blink, they've scored 3 goals in a few minutes. It was quite incredible. It wasn't their best performance by a long shot, but wow, have they got gears. Once they step up a gear, once they get that bit between their teeth, they're virtually unstoppable. And, I mean, it's been the most incredible season, incredible performances by them. To get into the 90 points on what we seem to be a consistent basis is quite stunning and staggering. And Pep Guardiola obviously needs a lot of credit. But it didn't feel like that for a long, long way. Manchester City fans will sleep well tonight.
And substitutes play a big part, as you did, of course, in that famous season. And Ilkay Gündogan, to come on in the 68th minute and have an impact as a midfield player like that.
I mean, that's what you want to see from your substitutes. If you substitute a player as a coach, you want him to make an impact, otherwise you don't change him. And he did straight away. I mean, he's one of the players that have been there the longest under Guardiola's spell. So he has the experience also knowing what it takes to win a Premier League. And of course, in the fashion he did it is second to none. The way how he came in the box and always be there. When the ball comes off a cross, we know that about him. He scored plenty of goals like that. But to do that in a space of 5.5 minutes, it's unbelievable. And if somebody had to be a hero, it had to be him. One of the nicest blokes you will see out there. He's a great character also for the dressing room. He's not really talkative, but always gives it all. So he's one of those unsung heroes, in that City team. So if somebody had to do it was him. And congratulations to him and the City organization. I'm very relieved. I can be as calm now as Maka the other side at Liverpool. I wasn't like that. I have to be very honest. I was really tense and stressed. But I can sit back, relax, and have a glass of wine later on.
And the reason that he was stressed and nervous was the top two, as they have been doing all season, gave us incredible drama. A remarkable script again from the 3rd minute at Anfield onwards, Mike.
Well, this wasn't in the script, Steve, was it? I mean, Konate goes on a wander there. He makes a bad judgment, a poor judgment on the flight of the ball. And Neto at the back post, stuns the cop end, stuns that man. And it really stunned Liverpool into action. They had to get back in it quick. And they did. Thiago with a lovely little bit of vision, creativity. Sadio Mane doesn't connect too well, but I think he picks the right corner. And they get back into the game. And then you just think, don't you, in the second half, shooting into the cop end, you think Liverpool are going to do their job. But at the other end of the that were falling behind, Matty Cash with a thunderbolt header, great header. And all of a sudden, you get that belief, don't you? Liverpool fans get that belief. I was sat here thinking, could it happen?
My days. I mean, it was just a roller coaster of emotions, and you could see also the celebrations from the City fans and then the disappointment. But also vice versa with the Liverpool fans. So it was just up and down.
I tell you what, Villa had other chances, didn't they?
If Ollie Watkins were a little bit sharper in front of that goal, I think it could even be worse for City. It could even be 3 or 4-0. The amount of chances this guy got, and not made them. It's just it's second to none. And this obvious is the moment of the game. Gündogan coming on, having a straight up an impact in the game. But before that happened, Coutinho, look at that touch. I mean, this is typical Coutinho. The touch, the shot on goal, thinking that thinking the goalkeeper, giving the goalkeeper the thought that he would go a far corner, but slots it in the short corner in the first post. Amazing. And then at this point, I really thought I was fuming. I was like, this is it. because
They
Liverpool
thought,
is going to score again.
I must admit, I thought it was because I thought Liverpool are definitely going to win, and I just couldn't see a spark in that Manchester City team. They looked flat, they looked nervous, they looked tense, and it was only when Gündogan came on and scored that goal that everything started flooding back. And then it was, how are you going to keep them out? Because they were just coming on to Villa every second.
Yeah, and that's it. But when you have the momentum and what we're talking about, that spark, you need that spark in a game like that. And especially because you know that it is hard for you to score goals. And we see it with the second. And then obviously everything was open. I think Villa was done. There was game over for Villa. They were just with the backs against the wall, and it just took time for City to score the third one, because they knew Liverpool would win at Anfield. They needed to win. And what way to do it like that?
Look at that, De Bruyne on the front foot, Villa players on their heels, waiting.
Yeah.
That second ball in football is so important.
Yeah.
De Bruyne, we watched him score 4 goals not so long ago, and virtually every one of them, you see him on the front foot. You see what it means to Liverpool fans.
Heartbreak.
I mean, they can get the news filtering through. Mo Salah came on, he tried to make the difference and did. Didn't connect too well with that one, but that was the goal that they needed. But unfortunately, the damage was being done at the Etihad. Andy Robertson putting the icing on the cake in terms of the victory, but this goal didn't really matter. It was all about whether Aston Villa could score another goal.
But I have to give it to Liverpool. At the end of the day, you have to give credit where credit is due. 2 amazing teams. Yes, City won the league, but the resilience that Liverpool's shown this year, they're having an amazing season. Just think about it: 3 finals. The only way they lost the Premier League title is a point behind City with over 90 points. So credit to them. It was an amazing Premier League season, but I'm just glad that the boys in blue won. I'm really honest with you.
Yeah, and Liverpool season is far from over. As you can see, the stage is currently being erected at the Etihad Stadium, ready for the presentation, which of course we will bring you in full. And as a player, with that adrenaline rush that you've had and they've had today, at the moment, what, are they trying to come down before composing yourself to come and get your medal and get your hands on the trophy?
Yeah, of course. You have to understand, just in a space of 6 minutes, you could easily, lose the game and lose the championship and lose the trophy and then win it. So there's such a small margin, small difference between winning and losing. So you have to go to the dressing room. Obvious, the stage has to be clear, the pitch has to be cleared everywhere. So, but it gives you the time to just reflect what actually happened. And now in the dressing room, you see your family, your friends, they all come down. You celebrate together, whatsoever, and just wait for that moment you can go on stage and get your hands on the trophy. But it's a great feeling when you come in that dressing room and you see the amount of joy is on their faces right now. It's second to none. It's a moment you will always cherish.
And of course, from Liverpool's point of view, the margins were so fine throughout the season, and even today at 2-0 up for Villa. Yeah,
no, Steve, how they got this close is quite frightening. I mean, 14 points behind. I know Liverpool had 2 games in hand, but 14 points is an awful lot when you're trying to chase down Manchester City. And Manchester City didn't necessarily bottle it. They've got 90-something points. So, Liverpool have done incredibly well at the turn of the year, really pressed on and started winning virtually every game they played. And to make a race of it was quite something. And you know what? Liverpool, Manchester City, there's very little in them. We're talking about 2 of the greatest teams we've ever seen. If Manchester City came out of this season with the team that they got, the manager they got, without anything, it would have been a crime. So you don't begrudge good teams winning trophies. I certainly don't. I think they've been a credit to the league. Of course, all the trophies are going to be split between the best 2 teams, and rightly so.
Very shortly, Fernandinho will lift that trophy for Manchester City. Here's the man who still went to sleep last night dreaming it could have been him, the Liverpool skipper, Jordan Henderson.
Jordan, lot to get your head round. What can you say about how the afternoon has gone?
It was a tough afternoon really for us. I think we didn't play particularly well, or as well as what we can. A few things happened during the first half. Obviously, goal behind, which is never easy, but obviously a few nerves today. But in the end, I thought we'd come through really well. Scored some good goals, kept going, and found a way to win, which was pleasing. Yeah.
How aware were you of what was going on at the Etihad?
Not really, like crowd cheering and stuff. Yeah, but didn't really know what the score was. There was too many cheers before. But it's tough, it is tough when you're sort of hearing cheers, and Wolves are a good side and we knew they'd make it difficult today, and they did that. But we kept believing. You know, we always believe that we can find a way. And we certainly found a way today to get the 3 points, but unfortunately it wasn't enough.
Is the disappointment mixed with a good deal of pride? 92 points, you were 14 back and you pushed them all the way?
Yeah, the lads have given everything, you know, so you can't have too many issues. You know, we've given absolutely everything all season, right until the last day. And like I said, even in January, I think would have bit your hand off to take it to the last day. So I'm very proud of the boys and what they've done this season so far, but it's not over yet. We've got another game next week.
Yeah, I mean, it still might be one of the best seasons in the club's history.
Yeah, we're just obviously a little bit disappointment today. We've got to say congratulations to City, of course, but then focus on the job next week. A huge match against a really good side, and we'll have to be at our very best if we want to come away with the trophy.
Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's to come.
Estou muito feliz, muito contente pela oportunidade de conhecer o clube, né? Hoje conheci já um pouco as dependências, estou conhecendo a sede agora. Estou muito feliz. Quando o Tchatcho entrou em contato comigo, fiquei lisonjeado porque quando ele saiu de lá eu brinquei com ele que nós nos encontraríamos. E um ano depois eu poder estar reencontrando ele, toda a comissão técnica que está vindo jogar a La Liga num clube desse, onde teve já vários brasileiros bem conhecidos, o caso do Mazinho, o Rafinha, que também passou por aqui, filho dele. Eu me sinto muito feliz, muito lisonjeado de poder estar aqui. Espero poder retribuir à altura o que o clube tem feito por mim. Cara, o Tchatcho é o melhor treinador que eu peguei, eu já falei isso em algumas entrevistas. Ele é um cara que nos cobra muito e a forma como ele lida com o trabalho de tratar todas as pessoas, independentemente de ser o mais jovem, o mais velho, a importância dentro do clube, ele trata todos iguais. E todos sabem, né? Tem que correr. Com o Tchatcho, se não correr, se não disputar, você acaba ficando de fora. A parte técnica é uma coisa secundária com ele. Então toda a comissão tem certeza que está pronto para me encontrar, para que eu comece a correr e vão querer me matar aqui. Olha, Iago Aspas é um cara, e o Nolito são os caras que eu já acompanhei assim no passado. Acho o Iago Aspas um craque. Já procurei saber, já dentro do clube, todos condiz com a mesma coisa. Fiquei sabendo que o ambiente aqui é muito leve, é um ambiente totalmente familiar e aos poucos eu tenho visto isso. Ainda não tive contato com os jogadores, mas toda a diretoria, toda a parte administrativa me tratando muito bem e todos falando a mesma coisa. Então, estou ansioso para poder conhecê-los e já imagino que já sei como a forma de jogar, né, de jogo, porque o método do Tchatcho eu tenho certeza que é a mesma que nós trabalhávamos no Internacional. Cara, eu tô muito feliz. Eu invadiram um pouco a minha rede social, todo mundo comentando, brincando. E eu fico muito feliz de poder estar aqui. Acho no Brasil ainda não estava tendo o público, né? Aqui já está com 30%, 40%. Então não vejo a hora de poder encontrá-los no estádio e fazer o que eu mais gosto, que é jogar futebol e quem sabe dar alegria para ele com os gols, que é o momento mágico, é o ápice do futebol.